Okay, now we're coming back to part 4 here of your assignment. So this is show a mock-up design of the new features as a result of this database project. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of walk you through a sample, all right, where they have actually done this. So let's go ahead. I've got a PDF here of the actual assignment number 3. And so remember at the very first we were going over rubric item 1. Okay, so in rubric item 1 it's basically the write-up. Okay, so you describe the site, how it is, blah blah blah, and then you talk about how you're going to make things better with a database, blah 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 blah. Okay, and then talk about not only what you functionally are going to do, then you talk about your goals and how you're going to achieve that. Okay, how the report or the added functionality is going to help. Then you begin to talk about the database, and that's where you kind of go into part number 2. Okay, you can talk about the database, what it's composed of, and then you show your drawing. Now what they did here was they did this in Word and did it typed out and nice and neat. But if you want to show just a screen, not a screenshot, but a picture or a scan of a written out piece of paper, that is totally fine as well, just so I know what your tables are and how they're related. Okay. They kind of go into more detail about how everything would be related together. Then they go over their statements, their SQL statements. Okay, so you'll remember in part 3 that's where your SQL statements come in. Okay, how you're gonna do your selects, how you're going to join your tables together, things like that. Okay. So that's basically what part 3 is about. And then part 4 is showing me the mock-up. Okay, so here's the original site here, the University of Idaho, and then their library site. And then what they've got down here is just a little mock-up. They probably did this in some graphics program. Did a little mock-up and then placed the mock-up in the site. Okay, so they're allowing people to provide comments. Okay. Then another part of their mock-up is they show you the actual results. So they've done some grouping here with their database stuff so that it shows up nice and neat on the page. And then if you click on the respond button here, they also have a mock-up that'll then show you this little pop-up where you can actually provide a response to one of those comments about a book or a service or something like that. Okay. So they show the mock-up. This is a good example. This has got a lot of detail, this example right here, but this example that I'm showing you, basically it gives you a good representation of what is expected from you and what you're supposed to do. Okay, so this is kind of just ties it all together. So everything comes together in a nice report. Okay, there is a certain amount that will be written, the write-up part, and then the next part is the graphics, where you show how your tables, what your table structure is and how those tables are related. And then you go into the SQL statements. That's going to be part number 3. Okay, and then the last part is the mock-up. Okay, where you actually, you either through some graphics program or whatever, you just kind of mock it up. Now this did not happen. They did not actually embed their project in the University of Idaho library site. They just did a mock-up. This is basically, they took their site, Idaho site, and then just kind of did a pretend this is how it would look if we did it kind of thing. Okay, so this is all theoretical. This is a mock-up. It's not actually being done. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. Okay.